Good morning all. It's a few days before Christmas, the 18th of December 2018, and this is the second morning that myself and my partner Biggie are doing an up-close and personal discussion. We don't normally film such things and put them online, but we have decided to intimately reach out to people and discuss a few things which need to be discussed. And as usual, my name is Mel Ve. I'm the one filming. I'm facilitating. The person in front of you, Biggie. Say hi. Right, so following on from the closing of the Sabine McNeill trial, where very little evidence has been presented to back the side of claims that there is a satanic ritual abuse cult happening at a school in Hampstead, I have come onto a show on Sunday night where I discussed our views on it, and unfortunately it wasn't a fair representation, I felt, of all that needed to be said, which is why we've decided to put out a series of videos which discuss all the things behind the scenes that we feel people need to know. And we're going to do these in daily chunks because there's so much, and I don't want to dump on people with whinging and moaning or negativity. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff is very dark, but it does need to be aired, and which is why we've not really spoken about it much, because we stay in a positive space, and it's important for us to be that way so that we don't get sucked into the anger and the hatred that seems to be so pervasive amongst those who front the supposed Hoaxstead camp, which is the people who have exposed this case in Hampstead as a hoax. Now, the problem is those who believe that the case is real are calling the people who are calling it a hoax Satanists and pedophiles, and there's a reason for that. It's because of the way they behave. They are very nasty and very hurtful, and they make a lot of very, very inappropriate, dark comments and digs, a lot of swearing, a lot of name calling, and there's a reason why people don't want to believe that this is a hoax, and this is it. We need to stop worrying about these people who are being so ugly and actually just look at the facts, and this is what we're here to talk about today. And Biggie, one of the things he came to me with is that after doing the Flo show, people are commenting on our relationship, saying, what have I got on Biggie? And I just wanted to ask you to talk about, our relationship and how things are with us. And go on, Biggie.
First off, I want to say that not everybody in the Hoaxstead camp is per se horrible to us. There are some people there, and Karen Irving is one of the people that has actually been very good in discerning what should be said, what shouldn't be said. Regardless of that fact, they have a lot of goals at our relationship, and I guess the main reason for it is to try and cause division between us. United we are strong, divided we are weak. Now, let me make this very, very clear. I am with Mel because I love her. I've always loved her from the moment I saw her. She doesn't have anything on me other than the fact that she has my heart, which I voluntarily gave to her. Now, I understand why you would want to think that there's some ulterior motive that she has that holds over me. Because in your mind, she is a vile woman. And for all the things that she's done wrong. I don't see that. I see bravery. I see commitment to the cause. I see a willingness to stand up and even say I'm wrong when she's wrong. Now, our relationship has got its ups and downs. Every relationship has. But ultimately, I could not wish for a better partner in life and in business than Mel. So you can make all the comments you want about how horrible she is, that she is sleeping with Kevin and which you've said about her.
And also, they question why you're with me. They go, what have I got on you? I mean, as if like I'm such a bad person, they can't understand why you're with me. I mean, am I really such a bad person? You live with me day in and day out.
You're not. But it's easier for them to justify their behavior. It's all part of their agenda. It's easier for them to convince others how horrible you are by claiming that I am somehow indebted to you, or that you control me, or I control you, or whatever it is that we supposedly have together. None of these people have ever met us. Now, the people that have will know that the moment you spend more than 2 minutes with us, you can see how passionately in love we are. And just because you don't understand love or compassion, well, clearly you're an angry mob, that doesn't mean that others don't understand what that is.
Exactly, exactly. One of the things I do also want to address is there's some people who have jumped onto this real, what I call behemoth of hate that's developed in the Hampstead camp. And they've gone around making things up to make things worse, to fuel the fire. And it's not actually that there's any truth to anything they've said, but rather they've somehow manipulated things and made things up so that there's more ammunition for people to come at me with hatred. And I'm going to call out Sheva Burton right here, right now for this, because she's made up a lot of lies about me online. And, you know, Biggie often comes to me, he reads the Hoaxhead blog, and he goes, this woman really has it in for you. What did we ever do to her? You know, I just don't understand why she's in such a hateful, angry space towards me. She came onto the Flo show and she made an allegation that I had blocked her on Skype. And this is not true. I'd like to show you right here, right now. You can see there's Sheva Burton, a live contact in my Skype. And I've even sent her a message to say, Sheva, see, you're not blocked on Skype, my dear. I've never blocked you. I don't know why you claim I've blocked you. Probably that's because you never made the effort to actually just come and talk to me. Contact me instead of raining down hatred and that sort of thing at me. Furthermore, I went yesterday to my Facebook to see if I could find anything from Sheva in the past. And to be honest with you, it was quite interesting to see because, you know, Sheva's made allegations that I've come out attacking her and this and that and the next thing. But I went through our Facebook history and I realized that this is just not true. Because if you look, if you actually have a look, hold on, I'm trying to find it. If you actually have a look at the messages, yes, I mean, Biggie, I'm just gonna get all my messages up.
But there's a reason why there's so much hatred from her.
Yeah, here it is. I've got it. Sorry for that, guys. We're on a phone. Now, I've had long conversations with Sheva in the past. Once in 2012, you can see the date, she got in touch with me to say, hi Mel, can we have a chat? I'm intending to raise some issues around the rally to end child abuse and all of that kind of thing. It's been overtaken by Brian Garish. The Holy Greg has actually damaged the cause. Survivors are taking our power back by providing alternative platform. Great. Okay. Hi Sheva, I totally agree. Thanks for what you guys are doing. Yes, obviously so much damage is being done. Let's have a chat, adding on Skype now. So I've always had her on Skype. Okay, and I've never taken her off. So where she comes to this thing that I've blocked her, first off, line number one. Line number two, Sheva Burton then claims that she tried to talk to me. And there is no efforts to talk to me. This is all 2012. You can see 2012. This is nothing recent. It was only in 2016 when I had to email her because I saw this. Here we go. Here's where we started communicating again in 2016. She mails me. Hi Mel, can we speak again, please? And then I said, yes, on Skype. Gave her my Skype ID. Anyone can add me if they want to have a chat with me. And then you can see she's adding the Skype to her phone, and she's just in the middle of I was just in the middle of a few things, and then thank you, and then sent you a Skype request. She has I have a few moments now, so I sent her a Skype request. She goes, apologies, I have to shut down, all other things. I was on the phone, I'll take a few minutes, but if not tonight. And then she comes with a couple of days later that her laptop is broken at the moment. So she didn't bother to speak to me. Rather, I then Biggie finds something on the Hampstead page, and I have to confront her and go, Sheva, not sure what you're playing at here, but we have not spoken in ages, and now I see this pathetic video post on your page. Since you're the only one's face who I can actually identify, please explain to me exactly what the issue is. I'm bewildered by this. I'm not sure what the discrepancy is. And then I asked her again, can someone please just communicate with me face to face instead of throwing these lurid and false allegations at me, and we might actually get somewhere? Or are you just in this for the drama? And then there was more. She was going on about how Biggie had I had deleted comments on when she came into our chat. But the honest truth is, most of these people came in, they were just hateful and aggressive, and they started attacking a show that wasn't relevant to the Hampstead case. It was a child show. It was our kids' youth show.
I'd actually like to comment to that.
Yeah?
Now, there's been a lot said about how I supposedly control the viewpoints on the network and the chat rooms. As I said yesterday, I will only block you if you use vile and unprofessional and unjust language. But here's a problem. You think that you're angels. I said the same thing yesterday. You claim that you've done nothing wrong, but we can prove categorically that lies are being made. Now, the problem that you guys accuse us of is not doing due diligence. Neither have you. Because if you did, we can show you, like Mel just did, how misrepresentation and lies are being spread. But it fuels your agenda. It fits your agenda, so you go with it. And you categorically hate just for the sake somebody else says so. Now, Sheva is a unique case here, okay? And I will give my 2 cents on that. The moment anybody comments towards Sheva, the automatic response is, how dare you attack a SRA survivor, right?
Yeah, she's put in this victim place.
Just because you are a survivor doesn't give you the right to lash out without being called on it.
Just so you know, I'm also an SRA survivor. And all of you guys have been abusing me. Online, calling me names. So the things you accuse us of doing to Sheva just by commenting back to her when she makes false allegations and putting us straight, calling us abusers towards her, okay, that's what you're doing to us by calling us ugly names and making false statements about our relationship and all sorts of things like that. Now, let me also just say that Sheva made allegations that someone called her up and threatened her on our behalf. I'm challenging Sheva Burton. I'm asking her, please, to provide the name of the person who called, as well as the police report in which she went and made a statement about this, the police report number, because I don't believe that this actually happened. She claimed that someone called her up on behalf of myself and Hope and threatened her. At the time, Hope and I were not friends, and there's no one who is friends with both myself and Hope who's close enough to us that they would take umbrage to the point where they would threaten someone like Sheva in another country. We don't have anyone close enough to us who would do something like that.
But there's something interesting here, okay? It's so easy to claim something. If you were threatened with your life, the police would take that seriously. You say you have a name, you say you have a number, which means the police continued that investigation. If they didn't, you should be more upset with the police than you currently are, all right? Because your life was in danger, according to you. So I would like to know, and I challenge you publicly, provide the conclusion of that investigation.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking it went absolutely nowhere, because the police looked at it and went like, probably not.
Well, that's if there even was a phone call.
Exactly.
My personal feeling on this is that she made that up so that she could become a victim and that people could feel sorry for her and that we can be villainized and demonized. It fits their agenda. And if not, she went to the police, it went nowhere. But please, feel free, Sheva, to furnish us with the name of the person who supposedly threatened you and the police number of the investigation, the crime record report. You should have those if you have kept them.
There's a simpler question here. If you say that Mel was involved, why were we never contacted by a single police force anywhere on the planet regarding that particular threat on your life?
Exactly. No one came to us to query us about our part in threats made to you. Okay? So...
But it fits your agenda.
It does. It fits your agenda.
Because every time we make a statement against you or anybody else there, it's how we are the bully. No. We're just standing up for the fact that we don't believe your bullshit.
No, we don't believe your bullshit. We think you've made this up to fuel the anger and hatred of sad, miserable people just like you. So, I tell you what. You provide the evidence, okay? You provide the evidence that we have, that you have been contacted by someone threatening you on our behalf. I would also like to see evidence and screenshots of where I've apparently gone onto the Hampstead blog and claimed that you don't care about the people in Hampstead. I want to see all the things you claimed you on air, it's recorded and it's published, that you said you would send to me and I've still not yet seen. Because we've got our case file on you. We're quite prepared to hand it over. Not just to the relevant parties, but to publish everything online. We don't want to do that to you, Sheva, because I tell you why. You're actually, I feel sorry for you because you clearly have mental health issues, okay? And you're clearly a little bit unhappy with us. And you're clearly projecting whatever mental health issues you have at us. So I don't want to abuse you because I don't abuse people who are ill. What I'd like to say is, if you have the evidence, I'd like it to be provided, and then I will publicly give you an apology. But until that point, I call you out as a liar and a scammer. I am actively telling you, you have fueled the hatred and anger of an angry mob, and you are part of the problem, not part of the solution. Bring the evidence. And bring it now.
Now, I want to clarify that statement. This is not a threat. This is not us bullying you. This is me deciding that I have had enough of you slandering my wife, my relationship, and accusing her of the things that she did without evidence. I'm done with the bullshit. I don't appreciate that the love for my wife is questioned by any of you who has never even met me or her. Now, just because you don't understand what love is or what love means because you're so angry all the time, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's very, very real. Now, I'm not saying that none of you understand love, but I think you're more fueled by hatred than by compassion. Just based on the interview that Mel did on Flo's show. Now, you have a lot to say about how people pay me for my services. I watched and listened to Flo's show, and I understand why they do. Because there's a level of expertise involved, a level of professionalism involved. And none of our shows have ever been a full-out all-hatred war against a participant and a guest. Because whilst I might not be involved in the direction or the content, I will say to my broadcasters, hang on, you might be going off the deep end here a little bit, bring it back.
No, we provide a safe environment for our broadcasters to broadcast in, free from abuse and ambush from outside parties.
Including our guests.
Yes, our guests know that when they come onto our network, they have a safe environment in which to disclose their information. They're not going to be ambushed by angry, nasty haters. And that, for me, is important, is to create an environment where I can guarantee there will be no abuse and that people don't feel afraid. And that's what Flo has failed to provide, is failed to provide an environment where someone could come and safely disclose crucial information. Rather, it was an all-out, free-for-all hate fest. And that's sad, because I actually think he's a rather intelligent dude and could do a lot with his platform if he actually wasn't so moderately... and it very much came across to me as fanning, not even moderately, but definitely fanning the hatred of an angry mob. You guys need to take responsibility for your actions too, because not protecting people from abuse makes you complicit with the abuse. You stood there, witnessed it, and did nothing. That's sick and sad. A lady comes onto your show and a bunch of men stand there and watch her getting abused. Pathetic.
He's emotionally invested in their side of the story. For him and for the other people there, and again, not everybody, because there's been good conversations as well, so I'm not going to brush them all with the same stroke here, but they're emotionally invested in the anger. They want to be right. And just because there's a different viewpoint, that doesn't give them the satisfaction. They need you to be on their side and agreeing with everything they say 100%. That is wrong. Now, a good journalist, and there's been accusations made that we're not journalists, and we can be bought. We can't. And we are actually good journalists because we allow for all facts to come to us.
before we make up our minds.
Correct.
Yeah, we allow ourselves to view all the facts before we decide where we side on something.
But you punish us for that.
Hold on a second. We also reserve the right to change our mind. That's human nature. People change their mind 1,000,000 times every day. That's part of the true gift of freedom. It's the ability to make up our own minds and to change our minds whenever the hell we want.
But according to them, you can't, because they still hold you over things you said 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it fits their agenda.
Fits their agenda. There is an agenda. It's an agenda of hatred. And I'm not here to fight their hatred or to quell their anger.
No, but nor should we be.
All I'm here to do is to set the record straight. And now to challenge those people who have made claims and who we believe we can categorically prove are lying. We challenge you to bring forward any evidence you may have against us. We will be held to account for anything you can prove. Now I'm talking to you as well, Sheva. Bring the documents that I've requested. Please, this is the last time we're going to ask.
I want to come back to the reason why we started this conversation about our relationship and why it's such a big deal to these people, why they're trying to mess with it. Yes, I love my wife. Yes, I sometimes agree with her, and I will tell her so. I just don't do it publicly because I don't see the need to air my dirty laundry online. The sign of a healthy relationship is how little issues you find on their social media profiles. You can't find anything about us in that way on our social media profiles. Now, you seem to think that just because I won't publicly attack my wife, I must be controlled. There must be something she has on me. No, it's called being in a relationship. It's called being in love. It's called being married.
Okay, I think that's it. That's our up close and personal for today. We may drop another one of these. We are going to be clearing things up and putting the record straight now that we've been coming out after the trial of Sabine has ended, and making our points of view known, which we have to do because, to be fair, there's not really much fair representation from the people who have fronted the hoax camp, and we feel that we probably just have to do it ourselves. This is Mel Ve. We'll speak again. Good night and goodbye.